At my son's birthday party, my sister's child tore his gift in two and said, "Grandma told me you don't deserve nice things." People laughed while my son tried not to cry. That night, my mom texted, "You're overreacting. They're just kids." The next morning, I removed everyone from the shared accounts and family plans. By noon, their phones were disconnected, and the messages asking for help began. My name is Daniel. I'm 35. And if there's one thing a decade of being the family's financial safety net has taught me, it's that people rarely notice the one paying the bills until the benefits stop. For most of my adult life, I've been the person covering expenses when someone came up short on rent. I added phone lines. I covered dinners while my sister Michelle ordered the priciest items and never once offered to pay. My mom always repeated, "Family takes care of family." But what she meant was that I took care of them. Michelle had always been the favorite. Growing up, she received a car at 16. I got a bus pass and a lecture about responsibility. Her college was funded. I took out loans I'm still paying off. Her wedding was covered by our parents. When it was my turn, I got a card saying they couldn't help. The pattern continued into adulthood. When Michelle got married, I paid for the rehearsal dinner because my dad claimed they were struggling. When she bought her first house, I co-signed because her credit was poor. When her kids needed school supplies, Mom handed me the list. During holidays, I bought gifts for everyone, while Michelle arrived with one casserole and called it even. No one expressed gratitude. No one acknowledged the effort. I was simply expected to provide. My ex-wife used to tell me I allowed them to take advantage of me, and she wasn't wrong. We divorced 3 years ago, and even she agreed my family contributed to the strain, demanding too much while giving nothing. They treated me like an ATM without a PIN code, and I kept giving because I believed that's what family did. You show up, you help, you sacrifice your comfort so others can have stability. But the cost was constant. My savings never grew. My retirement contributions were minimal. I drove a 12-year-old car while Michelle leased a new SUV. I lived in a modest apartment while she bought a 4-bedroom home. Yet I remained the person they called when they needed money. My son Kyle turned 8 last week. He'd been excited about his birthday for months. He wanted a superhero theme, simple, affordable, at the community center. Just cake, games, and his cousins. He kept asking if Grandma would come, if Aunt Michelle would bring Jason and Tyler. He wanted the family to be there. He wanted to feel part of something bigger than just him and me. I ignored the warning signs because hope is stubborn. That morning, I loaded the car with decorations, red and blue streamers, balloons, ... a sheet cake with Spider-Man swinging across frosting skyscrapers. I'd made goodie bags with candy and small toys. Kyle helped carry everything, chatting nonstop about how much fun the day would be. My ex-wife dropped him off early. He wore his favorite red shirt and new sneakers. His hair was neatly combed, and he'd been crossing off days on a calendar with a big red X. "Do you think everyone will come, Dad?" he asked in the car. "Of course," I said. I meant it at the time. I shouldn't have. We arrived an hour early. Kyle helped hang streamers and lined up the goodie bags. He kept glancing at the door, waiting. His excitement made me hopeful too. By 2 p.m., kids from school began arriving. Their parents dropped them off with smiles and wrapped gifts. Kyle ran around greeting everyone, laughing and playing. I stood by the snack table watching him. This is what I wanted for him. Joy, belonging, people who cared. Then Michelle walked in. She arrived 40 minutes late with her sons Jason and Tyler. Mom followed right behind her, empty-handed, not even a small card. Traffic was terrible, Michelle said without looking up from her phone. Mom kissed my cheek, her expression distant as she scanned the decorations. Kyle rushed to them, smiling wide. "Grandma, Aunt Michelle, you made it!" "Of course," Mom said with a half-hearted smile that never reached her eyes. Michelle finally looked up. "Where's the food?" I pointed to the snack table. She walked over without acknowledging me. Her boys grabbed plates and piled them high with pizza, chips, and cookies. Jason took 3 slices. Tyler snatched candy from the goodie bags before I could say anything. Michelle didn't correct them. She just sat down and went back to her phone. Mom sat in a chair against the wall, arms crossed, observing everything with the same detached expression she always had around Kyle. I tried not to let any of it get to me. This day was about him, not them. I kept playing games with the kids and pretending things were fine. The party continued. Musical chairs, a scavenger hunt, cake cutting, off-key singing. Kyle's smile returned for a while. He made a wish and blew out his candles. For about an hour, everything felt normal. Then we moved to the gifts. Kyle had been eyeing a large red-wrapped box. My gift, a Lego set he'd wanted for months. The Avengers Tower, 300 pieces. I'd bought it weeks earlier and hidden it away for today. He stepped toward it, excited, but Jason got there first. Jason, 10 years old, tall for his age, with a streak of meanness Michelle always dismissed as normal boy behavior. He grabbed the box before Kyle could touch it. "Let's see what the birthday boy got," he said loudly. "That's mine," Kyle whispered. Jason smiled and tore the box in half. Not by accident. He gripped each side and ripped it down the middle. Lego pieces scattered across the floor. The instruction booklet fluttered to the ground. Kyle froze, his face drained of color. His mouth opened, but no sound came. Kids around the room stopped playing. Parents looked over. Music kept playing in the background, cheerful, out of place. Michelle glanced up, saw the mess, and laughed. Not a nervous laugh, a loud, full laugh. "Jason, you're so rough," she said, amused. Jason looked at Kyle and added, "Grandma said you don't deserve nice things anyway." Silence filled the room. Kyle's lips trembled, his shoulders sank, his fists tightened, his eyes filled, and he fought hard not to cry. I looked at Mom. She sipped from a paper cup, expression unchanged. No correction, no apology, nothing. Michelle returned to her phone. Tyler kicked pieces of Lego under a chair. Parents looked away, pretending not to see. No one said anything. No one defended my son. I walked to Kyle and put a hand on his shoulder. He flinched. "It's okay, buddy," I said quietly, though it wasn't. He didn't cry. He simply shut down, standing there while everyone acted like he was invisible. The remaining hour blurred together. Kyle withdrew, sitting alone while other kids played. Parents picked up their children. They thanked me and wished Kyle happy birthday. He nodded silently. Michelle left without a word, taking leftover cake without asking. Her boys followed, laughing at something on their phones. Mom kissed my cheek and said, "Thanks for hosting, Daniel. It was nice." Nice. I stood in the empty room, staring at Lego pieces on the floor. Kyle sat quietly in a chair. We cleaned up together without speaking. We drove home in silence. That night, after Kyle went to bed, my phone buzzed. A text from Mom. "You're overreacting. They're just kids." Something inside me snapped. I couldn't sleep. Every time I closed my eyes, I saw Kyle's face, the shock, the trembling hands, the effort he made not to cry, and the silence from everyone who should have protected him. They're just kids. Like cruelty meant nothing. Like those words didn't come from the adults around them. Like my son's humiliation was something I should ignore. I sat at the kitchen table with my laptop open. The destroyed Lego box was in the trash, but I could still picture it. I opened my banking app, my phone carrier account, my insurance portal. I pulled up every shared plan and subscription I'd added people to over the years. It began when Michelle lost her job 3 years ago. She said she couldn't afford her phone bill, just temporarily. I added her to my plan. Then Mom's phone broke. Then Michelle's husband needed a line. Then Jason. Then Tyler. 5 lines under my name, all billed to me. $210 a month. Then came car insurance. After 2 accidents in 1 year, Michelle's rates skyrocketed. She begged me to add her to mine for a little while. That was 2 years ago. She was still there. $140 a month. Streaming services, Netflix, Hulu, Disney+, Spotify, HBO Max, Apple TV. Mom wanted them for her shows. Michelle wanted them for her kids. Her husband wanted sports. They all logged into my accounts. I paid for the premium plans so they could stream freely. $78 a month. Utilities at Mom's house. She said her fixed income didn't cover them. Everything. Could I help with the electric bill? Just for the summer when the AC ran high. That was 18 months ago. I'd been paying it ever since. $95 a month in summer, $60 in winter, averaging about $75 a month. Then groceries. Getting every couple of weeks with a list. Milk, bread, eggs, meat. I'd go to the store and drop the bags at her house. At least $120 a month. I kept adding it all, line by line, month after month, year after year. $623 a month, $7,476 a year for 3 years. Over $22,000. And they still... The way Michelle laughed, and how Jason, a 10-year-old, knew exactly what to say to hurt an 8-year-old because he learned it from his grandmother. I opened a new spreadsheet. I listed every account, every payment, every autopay, every subscription. I wrote down each cancellation step. I added customer service numbers. I checked terms and conditions. At the top of the document, I typed one word: done. By 3 a.m., I had a complete plan, every step listed, every account identified, every cancellation ready. I saved the file and named it Freedom. I made myself a promise. Tomorrow, everything changes. At 6 a.m., I started. My coffee was hot, my hands steady, my mind clear. First, the phone lines. I logged into my carrier account. 5 lines under my name: Michelle, her husband Greg, Jason, Tyler, Mom. I clicked each profile and reviewed the usage. Thousands of minutes, unlimited data, used mostly on streaming and social media. Tens of thousands of texts. I removed Michelle. The system asked if I was sure. Yes. Removed Greg. Yes. Removed Jason. Yes. Removed Tyler. Yes. Removed Mom. Yes. A confirmation screen appeared. 5 lines canceled, effective immediately. Devices would stop working within the hour. I logged out. Next, car insurance. I called the automated system, entered my policy number, followed the menu, and selected Remove Driver. I entered Michelle's information. The system confirmed it. Driver removed. Policy updated. Monthly premium reduced by $140. I hung up. Then streaming services. I went through each one. Netflix, new password, logged out all devices, deleted profiles. Hulu, same. Disney Plus, same. Spotify, same. HBO Max, same. Apple TV, same. I created new passwords and saved them somewhere Michelle could never access. Finally, the utility autopay. I logged into the electric company website and found Mom's bill linked to my account. I canceled the authorization. The last payment had processed 3 days ago. The next wouldn't. 9:40. Daniel, seriously, did you forget to pay the bill? Mom at 10:15. My phone isn't working either. Check Michelle's. 10:30 from Michelle. Are you kidding? You turned off our phones over a party? Call me. Greg at 11. This isn't funny. Michelle has doctor appointments. Turn the phones back on. Mom at 11:30. Daniel, this is childish. Fix it. I read them all. My thumb hovered over reply. Then I set the phone down. No response. By noon, the panic spread. Around 12:15, my work phone rang. Unknown number. I answered. Daniel, what is going on? Michelle's voice was sharp. She was calling from someone else's phone. I removed you from my accounts, I said, calm. You can't just do that. I can. I did. Why? Because of yesterday. You're being ridiculous, she yelled, traffic noise behind her. It was a joke, Daniel. Kids say dumb things. It wasn't a joke to Kyle. So you're punishing all of us over a toy? I'm not punishing anyone. I'm simply done. By 7:30, it was done. Every connection cut, every payment stopped, every account secured. I made breakfast. Scrambled eggs and toast. Kyle walked out, still looking sad, eyes red like he'd been crying. He sat quietly. I put a plate in front of him. We'll get you a new Lego set after school, buddy. A bigger one. He nodded, didn't smile, picked at his food. I wanted to say everything would be all right, but I wasn't sure. I just knew I was done letting people hurt him. I drove him to school. He got out slowly, shoulders slumped. Watching him walk toward the building made my chest ache. This was my fault. I had allowed them to treat us this way. I taught Kyle that family could be harsh, and we just had to accept it. Not anymore. I went to work, sat at my desk, opened spreadsheets, answered emails, pretended things were normal. I didn't check my phone until lunch. 56 messages. Michelle at 9:17 a.m. Why isn't my phone working? Silence. I could hear her breathing. You're making a huge mistake. Families don't do this. Families don't humiliate an 8-year-old and then tell his father to get over it. Kyle is fine. You're dramatic. If he's fine, you'll be fine without my money. Daniel, wait. I hung up. More texts came. Mom, Michelle, Greg, even Jason, probably typed by Michelle. Mom, this is petty. Greg, we'll pay you back. Turn it on. Michelle, you'll regret this. Mom, I'm disappointed in you. I blocked every number. Silence. That afternoon, Michelle called my work phone again. I let it ring. She left a 2-minute voicemail, her tone no longer angry but pleading. Apologies mixed with excuses. I deleted it. By 5 p.m., I had 78 texts and 23 missed calls. I powered my phone off. I picked up Kyle, took him to the Lego store, let him choose anything he wanted. He picked a bigger set than the one Jason broke. Ice cream after. A small smile. That night we built Legos too. No talk about the party or the family. Around 8, someone knocked hard. I checked the peephole. Mom. I didn't open it. She knocked again. Daniel, open the door. I turned off the lights. Kyle looked confused. I put a finger to my lips. We sat in the dark until she left. The next morning, silence. But it didn't last. At 10 a.m., Mom came back. This time, she didn't knock. She called from the hallway. "Open this door right now." I opened it. She pushed inside, angry. "You cut off the whole family over a birthday party. That's insane. I cut off people who hurt my son and told me I was overreacting. He'll forget by next week." "I won't." Her face tightened. She set her purse down. "You're being selfish. We're family. We need you." "You need my money," I corrected. "That's not fair." I walked to the table, opened my laptop, and pulled up the spreadsheet. "I've paid your electric bill for 18 months, Michelle's phone for 3 years, her car insurance for 2, streaming services for everyone, groceries, emergencies, over $22,000 in 3 years." Mom blinked, speechless. "We didn't ask for all of that. You also never said no." She looked away, then tried a softer tone. "We're family. Don't ruin that over one bad day." "One bad day? This has gone on for years. Kyle is treated like he doesn't matter. I'm done pretending." "So what now? You're abandoning us?" "No, I'm taking care of my son. Your father would be ashamed of you. Dad died 5 years ago. I paid for his funeral. Never asked for a cent back. Dad would be ashamed that you let your grandson get humiliated," I said quietly. Mom grabbed her purse. "You'll regret this." She left. That afternoon, Michelle emailed me. Subject, "Please read this." Long message. Apologies, excuses, reasons they needed me. Promises to pay me back someday. Requests for help. I deleted it. Blocked her email too. That night at dinner, Kyle as, "Why did Jason say I don't deserve nice things?" My throat tightened. "Because some people are mean, and sometimes they teach their kids to be mean." "Does Grandma think that?" "I don't know, but it doesn't matter. You deserve good things." "Are we going to see them again?" "Maybe someday if they change." "I don't think I want to." "That's okay." He hugged me tighter than usual at bedtime. 3 days later, Michelle's car was repossessed. Without my insurance, she couldn't show proof of coverage. Her own policy cost too much. The bank took the SUV. She called me from a borrowed phone, furious. I didn't respond. I hung up. The same week, Mom's electricity was shut off. She hadn't paid in over a year. When the company asked for the overdue amount, she didn't have it. She called me, voice shaking. "I'm sitting in the dark. Is this what you wanted?" "No," I said. "I wanted you to defend your grandson." She hung up. 4 days later, another email from Michelle. Desperate now. Money issues. Greg working overtime. Kids sharing a room. No phone plan. Couldn't get a car loan. Jason feeling bad. Mom saying I abandoned the family. "We're drowning," she wrote. I archived it. A week later, Mom moved out of her house. Couldn't afford it alone. Sold cheap. Moved to a small apartment. Michelle and Greg downsized too. I heard through my cousin Amy. She said the family blamed me. Said I destroyed everything over nothing. Amy asked if I regretted it. I looked at Kyle building Legos, smiling. "No," I said. "Good," she replied. "They used you for years. Someone had to say no." 2 months passed. Silence. The family group chat died. Last message from Michelle weeks earlier. "Daniel, we're sorry. Please call." I didn't. Life got quieter. My bank balance grew. I started Kyle's college fund. Restarted my retirement savings. Bought myself new shoes. Kyle stopped asking about them, made new friends. We went to parks, movies, built Legos. He laughed more. At the park one Saturday, my phone buzzed. Unknown number. Greg, Michelle won't stop crying. The kids miss you. Please talk. I deleted it, blocked the number. Kyle ran over, breathless. Pizza for dinner? Absolutely. That's when I knew I made the right choice. 3 months after the party, everything was different. Better. Kyle and I had a routine. He didn't mention the birthday party anymore. He didn't ask about the family. He'd moved on. So had I. One morning at the park, eating ice cream, Kyle asked, "Are we ever going to see them again? Maybe if they change. Do you think they will?" "I don't know. I'm glad it's just us." "Me too." He ran off to play. My phone stayed silent. No calls, no pleading messages. I felt lighter than I had in years. I thought briefly about Michelle's car, Mom's dark house, Greg's messages. A small part of me felt guilty, old habits. But then I remembered Kyle's face at the party, the tears he held back, the laughter around him. The guilt faded. I had spent years giving to people who only took. I'd been so focused on keeping everyone else happy that I forgot the one person who truly mattered, my son. And now I was finally putting him first. The phone stayed off. The insurance stayed canceled. The passwords stayed changed. Autopay stayed off. I didn't owe anyone explanations or second chances. Kyle ran back. "Can we go to the arcade?" "Sure, buddy." We went. He played games, won tickets, traded them for a stuffed toy. We ate lunch at the food court. He talked about school and books and friends. He was happy, really happy. That night, after he slept, I checked my accounts. My balance was higher than it had been in years. Retirement growing, college fund rising. For the first time in a long time, I was taking care of myself and my son. No one else, just us. I closed the laptop, turned off the lights, went to bed, and I slept.